Why do people keep DMing me telling me that I'm haunted? As you guys know, I'm apparently being haunted by demons. Now, if you've never seen one of my videos before and you just see this, you might believe it, but let me explain. I've done a lot of unboxings of Labubus recently, and so many of my comments are saying, Labubus are demons, you're being haunted. Now, personally, oh my gosh, I just broke my glasses. Is that a sign? So, maybe I am being haunted. If you guys have never seen my videos before, hi, my name is Erin, and I have a lot of freaking Labubus. And today I'm gonna debunk the fact that they're haunted. And how am I gonna do that? I have arguably the most haunted Labubu currently on the market right now. This. If you're thinking to yourself, Erin, I've never seen this Labubu before. Also, the tag says $350. I did not spend $350 on this, don't worry. If you would say you've never seen this Labubu before, you'd be right, because I don't think this actually exists. I have every Zimomo, LABUBU, Makoko in existence because my best friend Anna and I collect all of them together, and we have quite the collection going. But the other day we were at the mall and we ran into this guy. We have no idea what it is, where it came from, or why we've never seen it before. But the craziest thing about this is, oh yeah, this is definitely not real. Hi. He's here now. Hello. Anna and I have a list of all of the real Labubus, Makokos, and Zimomos in the world. And we saw this at the mall the other day, and we thought, we've never seen this guy before. Who are you, and why are you on sale at the mall? After a little bit of research, we've found out that this is the most haunted Labubu you can possibly buy because it doesn't even exist and nobody knows where they come from. For example, this is my Taylor Swift Labubu. I made this myself, but originally this was something Flip. I forgot, but we call him Flip. This is a real, genuine, giant Labubu. And so is this one, my adorable little farmer. I love this guy. Now, there are only a very select amount of Labubus that come in this exact size. And Anna and I have all of them. We've been collecting them for months. So when we saw this one, we knew without a doubt that there was something nefarious going on. So today I'm going to be comparing the two and finding out if this one is actually haunted. Now, if you want to see some like more silly, goofy style Labubu content, you should go check out our Anna and Erin content. We have a channel called Anna and Erin where obviously my best friend Anna and I, Erin, do a lot of very silly things, but recently we've been just collecting Labubus and like having them marry each other. Hello, I love bananas, and just having a great time with it. So if you'd like to watch that like silly skit style stuff, it's over there. But for this, I'm just gonna be reviewing this very strange, creepy man. The first thing I'm noticing is that when you shake him, his eye is just going all over the place. Did you do that? Did you just make Farmer fall over? Can you not haunt my house? Right off the bat, not a great first impression. I like your hat though. You have no beef with me. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I have a couple of other things to unbox as well to show you in comparison to him. For example, we have this Have a Seat Labubu, which I am 99% sure is not real, but this Have a Seat is real. Now, the card here says, the monsters pronounce, be fancy now. It says Pop Mart, it says How to Work Limited, but the quality itself is so clearly different from this that I don't believe that Pop Mart produced this. And if they did, then it is surprisingly lower than any quality Pop Mart has ever come out with, and I would be disappointed if that was a Pop Mart product. Now, people have been telling me that all of my Labubus are haunted, not just my giant fake ones, all of them. So today, I'm gonna be opening what I believe is the most innocent Labubu of them all, the Have a Seat series, to prove for once and for all that Labubus are not haunted and that you guys are being a bit dramatic. Just because something looks like a demon and smells like a demon and acts like a demon and poops like a demon doesn't mean that it is a demon, okay? Now, I personally used to believe that only the Lafufus were the ones that were creepy and haunted, but from reading your guys' comments and doing a lot of research on Labubus and the history behind them, some people believe that all of them are haunted, not just the Lafufus. Now, this here, as you can see, is a genuine Lafufu. This is not a real Have a Seat Labubu. This is a real Have a Seat Labubu. You can tell because it's unbelievably adorable and radiating joy from all of its crevices. Now, I personally don't believe that demons radiate joy from all of their crevices. No. So the fact that people think that this little guy is somehow going to negatively affect my life, very confusing to me. Now, I'm going to do what I like to call the demon test. Now, I understand this may be a sensitive topic for a lot lot of you because some people really do believe in demons. But you have to remember that some people have different worldviews than you, and some people have different opinions than you, and some people do not believe they are real.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. 100%.
So if you are sensitive to this topic and you are easily offended by this topic, I don't suggest that you watch the rest of this video. This is my demon test. If it kisses me, it's a demon. Oh my gosh, guys, that was scary. Guys, I'm scared. Guys, what was that? So now I'm confused and I'm scared, and now I have this thing in my house and it keeps making weird Chucky laughing noises. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh. The next thing I have to unbox for this video is this skull panda. Now, people do not believe that skull pandas are haunted. For some reason, it is exclusive to Labubus, which to me doesn't make any sense because skull pandas and Labubus are manufactured in the same factory. How could two different souls come out of one factory? YOLO. Also, I want to clear something up is because last time I opened this, I thought that it was fake because it came in a blue packaging and all of the other skull pandas come in a red packaging. Turns out this is Skull Panda Series 2. Around here, we love Series 2s of things, sticky rolls, for example. So I want to open up this skull panda. First of all, I love skull pandas. I think they're way cuter than Labubus. Tell them I said that. But also I want to see, is this haunted? Because that would be very confusing to me if only Labubus were haunted, even though they all come from the same place. I'm really hoping that I get this little white one at the bottom or this pink one at the top. Honestly, all of the skull pandas are so cute. I really don't even care which one I get. I love them all. I can tell it's pink. Oh my gosh! What a weird reaction to have. Adorable. I can't believe it. That is so cute. I love how the Series 2 of skull pandas look like super cute and whimsical, almost like the Renfair. My best friend Anna and I, we love going to the Renfair, and something about being at a Renfair makes me feel more alive than ever. Seeing this little cutesy wootsy little Renfair girl. Oh my gosh, I just had the best idea. Sometimes I think of incredible content ideas while I'm making other content. What if I take all of my skull pandas, I put them in a bag, and I grab one out of it, and that becomes my Renfair outfit? Comment down below if you think I should do that, because the Renfair is right around the corner, and you best believe I will be there every single weekend without doubt, 100%. This adorable little girl does not look like a demon to me at all. She seems completely innocent, completely beautiful, and almost as if she's just a stuffed animal. These are stuffed animals in my opinion. How can a stuffed animal contain a soul? Somebody explain this to me in the comments, because I've done so much research on this and it still doesn't make any sense to me. Time for the demon test once again. Which one's gonna kiss me? What did you say? No way. What? Really? Wait, you're outside right now? Hang on, I gotta take this. Yeah, I can come to the door. I'll be right there. Yeah, just give me a second. Oh my God. Whoa, I'm falling over. Yeah, for sure. I'll honestly call you back later. Okay, crazy story. Turns out I just got a call from the Labubu's belly button, and all of my other Labubus were outside waiting for me right now. They wanted to prove that they're not haunted and then they're actually very adorable and innocent. Exhibit A, Shrimp Labubu. Are you kidding me? This guy is so adorable. Exhibit B, Shrimp Labubu Part 2. They made Shrimp Labubu 2 adorable. You're gonna look at this duck and tell me that it's haunting me? I might believe you because I feel like sometimes his eyes move on their own. The jury's still out on that, but in general, no. For any kids watching this video, I just want to ease your mind and tell you that Labubus are innocent little balls of fluff, okay? And if you are freaking out that your Labubu is haunting you, it's not. Anyways, before I get into the final verdict of whether or not this purple Labubu is haunted, I have a story to tell you guys. You guys know Michael. Oh yeah. Michael has been my friend for quite a few years now, just like how Anna has. We're kind of this trio, Anna, Michael, and I. We became friends all around the same time, and we've done a lot of things together. Even though Michael is a lot older than us, he's like 2,500 years old. It's really not your business, actually, so maybe don't ask. This is Tiggy Waggy, my childhood character that is based off of my stuffed animal, right? Well, I actually have a brand new character to introduce to you guys today that I'm really excited about, and I need your guys' help deciding a name. Now, this is time sensitive, this is important, and I really need your attention for this, so tune in. This is my brand new character. He doesn't have a name, but I need your help. Let me tell you a really quick story of how... I'm gonna keep that in mind for later in this video. So I was at the airport the other day and this crazy thing happened. Weirdly enough, I was thinking about how much I love old people. Now I know that sounds really weird, but I really cherish the old people in my life. They're so wise and you can learn so much from them, right? Well, like I said, I was at the airport. So I sit down at my gate and there's this old guy sitting 4 seats over from me and he was decked out in like the coolest outfit I had ever seen. He was wearing like a tropical, maybe Hawaiian shirt, maybe Japanese, I'm not really sure, but it was like a floral button-down shirt, really cool pants, really cool sneakers. He had super long hair, a Fu Manchu, the coolest glasses I had ever seen. I immediately saw him and was like, wow, that is a cool person. Being a cartoonist, sometimes I take note of cool people I see in public and I think, I want to cartoon that person later because they are perfect inspiration for me. That's exactly what I thought about this man. This man was also holding a stuffed animal that looked exactly like this one, to the point where it's the exact same model of stuffed animal. He was probably in his 70s, but this bear looked like it had been with him since at least the 80s. Now this is where things get bad. The man stands up for pre-boarding and he goes onto the plane and I look over, this bear is still sitting on the chairs by itself. He had forgotten his stuffed bear that he looked like he loved so much. As you can tell, I'm making this whole video to justify why Labubus are not haunted. I love stuffed animals a lot. So I immediately thought, this is my job to reunite this man with his stuffed bear. I cannot let him leave this airport without his bear. So I grabbed the bear and I waited for my time to board and I walked onto the plane and I looked for him everywhere and I wasn't seeing him, but I am 100% sure, I'm not crazy, I'm 100% sure I saw this man get on my plane. I'm not kidding. I swear he was on my plane. But I looked all around and I was not seeing him. So I made my way to my seat and I sat down and I just hung out with this bear. And then when I was off the plane, my sister was waiting for me to pick me up from the airport. And I was like, no, I'm not leaving this plane until this man has his bear. Because if I lost Taggy-Waggy on a flight and somebody gave me back Taggy-Waggy, not to be not an adult, but I would literally burst into tears. Taggy-Waggy is so important to me, and I could tell this bear was so important to this old man. So I waited at the gate for everyone to come off of the plane. Everyone came off of the plane, I'm not kidding. 15 to 20 minutes later, no sign of this old man. And he was so distinct looking, there was no way I was gonna miss him in this crowd. Then the cleaning crew went on the plane and then the cleaning crew came off of the plane. So the plane has been cleaned. The flight attendants were coming off of the plane. I was like, what the heck? Where did this old man go? Did he vanish into thin air? By the way, this is 100% a true story. I was losing my mind. I was like, where is this old man? I have your bear. So I waited more. I had been sitting there for at least half an hour. And then Mr. Old Man, as the very last person off the plane, comes waltzing off. And you know what I realized? Right now? Oh my gosh. He was probably taking so long to get off the plane because he was probably looking all over the plane for his bear. I just realized that right now. That makes sense why he took so long. Anyways, he got off the plane looking so unbelievably sad. He looked like he was on the verge of tears. Also, if you're watching this somehow, I didn't even think of that as an option. If you're watching this somehow, I know this is probably so weird for you, but like, you inspired me, okay? So whatever. You're cool. I don't know how, I didn't really talk to you, but let me finish my story. He came off of the plane and I had his bear for him and I was like, hey, excuse me, you left your bear behind. Can I give this back to you? And he was like in shock that I had it because I had taken it all the way from Austin. We were in California at the time. So it was like, what? You know? And I gave it back to him. I didn't sit and talk to him. I didn't ask him his name. I didn't do anything. I just left. But for some reason, this was such a small, insignificant thing that happened to me, right? Stuff like this has happened to me many times. For some reason, I cannot stop thinking about this specific instance. Something about him was so endearing. Something about his love for his bear was so special to me and made me think about my love for Taggy-Waggy that I thought it was something that was gonna stick with me for a while. So I went onto eBay and I searched for like 2 days trying to find this exact model of this bear because this is the exact model he had. He had a puka shell necklace around it, so it was a little bit different. But at this current time, I was brainstorming new character ideas for my job. Because if you don't know, my job is creating new characters and making stickers around them. So I was brainstorming new characters and for some reason I couldn't get this old man and his bear out of my head. So they became my new characters in my head. But I do need help with names because I never spoke to him. I don't know what his name is. I don't know what the bear's name is. I was thinking Kitty Bear because technically it is a Hello Kitty themed bear. Obviously, I can't have it be a Hello Kitty themed bear because of copyright issues, but just so you know, that is the backstory behind this new character. Obviously, I'm going to change it a lot so I'm not just like ripping off this old man's identity because that'd be weird. The character that I cartooned out is very different from him, but that's the story that originally inspired it. So if you have any ideas on what this adorable, beautiful bear should be named, let me know in the comments. Fun facts about him is he's traveled the entire world because I thought that would fit, and his best friend is a 60 to 70-year-old old man. So that was my very long tangent. Back to the haunting. My final consensus on this Labubu is no, it is definitely not real. This is 100% a counterfeit Labubu, as I like to call them. But is it haunted? In my opinion, absolutely not. But check back for my next video because maybe my opinions will have changed once this guy has been living in my house for a while. But right now, no, I do not believe this Labubu is haunted. I don't believe any of my Labubus are haunted. I don't believe any of your Labubus are haunted. I think for something to be haunted, it needs to be a lot more serious than a Labubu. Thank you for watching, and I hope that your fears have been subsided. He's gonna live right here, and everything is fine.